right now we're in a different segment and section where we're really going through, it's a reasoning exercise, all right? And it's based on the teaching that I just finished. So I'm kind of consistent because you notice that I teach and then I test. And that's really what any teacher does. A teacher teaches and then a teacher tests. And of course God teaches us and then he tests us. Amen? Amen. Always be careful for what you hear from God, because you know the test is what? Is coming. So when you sit on Sunday morning, when you sit on Wednesday night, that's why it's very important for you to take note of what is being said, because that's what you're getting ready to be tested on. It really makes a lot of sense if you think about it. Just like in school, they don't teach you about chapter 12 and then test you on chapter 13. Amen. Can I get an amen? Amen? You know, the teacher teaches on chapter 12, and then you are going to get tested on chapter 12. All right, so for those of you who haven't been around and don't know about the 7 keys to the kingdom, who has does anybody have a handout, an extra handout? We have a brother who's here who hasn't received one. There you go, Sister Marlene. Brother Gerald back there. Give him one. Sister, I'm not talking about the regular handout. We're going to get all those in a second. So, the keys to the kingdom are, let's say what they are. Number 1 is what? Purpose. And that's God's way to give us proper productivity. What's the second one? Planning. It's God's way to give us proper performance. And the third one is what? Planting. Now notice this is a progression. And that's God's way to give us proper prosperity. And the fourth one is what? Position. And that's God's way to give us proper power and order. And then the fifth one is what? Prohibition. And that's God's way to give us proper protection. And then the sixth one is partnership. God's way to give us proper support. And the seventh one is perfect love. And that's God's way to give us proper victory. Now, these are the things we're thinking about when we're looking at these problems. Now, you should have problem 3 from last week, but if you do not have it, I have copies. Who needs a copy of problem 3? Does anybody? Okay, so I need someone. Brother, would you come, please? And thank you, brother. Thank you. All right. Okay, so here's what we're doing. We're going through this problem. Now, I'm going to read the problem to you. It's a scenario based on years of pastoral counseling and pastoral observations. And so we're going to look at this problem, and then we're going to ask you to come up with the top 3 or 4 keys that govern this problem. You have to explain or justify why you came up with that key. And then tell us what action that key dictates that you take. And if you're not familiar with how we do this, just sit back, listen to some of the other people, and you'll start to catch it in a minute, all right? So let's read the problem first of all. Problem number 3. Brother businessman has been working for the sales companies for the past 20 years. He has learned a lot about sales and believes that it is time for him to start his own business. Unfortunately, he does not have enough capital on his own to start the business. Nevertheless, he has just met another businessman. He's an opportunist who also wants to start his own business. Now, Brother Hisa is not, not Brother Hisa. Hisa is not a born-again believer. But he does have the capital to fund the kind of business that Brother Man envisions. Brother Man is considering going into business with Hisa. What kingdom keys should govern his actions? What series of things should Brother Man do? Okay? And remember, what we're going to do, I'm going to pass this around, so you want to put your top 3. Just keep them your top 3. And it might not even get to 3. Concentrate really on your top 1. Tonight, that's what I'm really going to tell you. concentrate on your top one or two, because I'm going to really kind of get around and I want to see who came up with what was your top kingdom key. Which key do you think governs this situation? And why? And what action does it dictate? Okay? So we're going to take a few minutes and you're off.